Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So if you've been following along, you know that I am not a fan of okra, but I do grow it for my daughter. And the only thing I always say when you're starting or you're growing a garden, always grow something that you like or your family like. And in this case, I am growing it for her. So we've had a pretty good season for okra. There were days that I could not stay on top of harvesting it because things just got in the way and the okra got too big. And once okra starts to get really big, because you literally have to pick it like every few days, but when it gets too big, it becomes tough, it becomes fibrous. And so after a few days of not picking it, I let some stay on the plant. Now the season is starting to wind down, and I want to show you something that's just as rewarding as harvesting, and that's saving your own seeds. So I was out here in the garden and I looked over and I say, these have got to come off because I see some that are cracking open or popping open. And so I'm pretty sure we're going to have some volunteer okra next season. It's not a bad thing, but I want to go ahead and save them, and we'll get most of them saved so that we can start transitioning into the fall season. So the thing that I love about saving seeds is you get to grow, but then you get to harvest, and then you get to like just keep the circle going. And once you start saving your own seeds, you'll feel a whole new level of connection with your garden. So today I am going to walk you through step by step how I save my seeds from my okra plants right here in my backyard. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that not every okra pod is good for saving seeds. What you want to do is leave a few pods on the plant until they get really, really mature like this. Let it go past a stage that you normally would not eat. So instead of a tender green pod, let them brown, let them turn dry. They're going to split, they're going to open, and you can see some of the seeds inside. And I'll show you that in just a second. Now, because we didn't grow that many, I only grew one variety. So we're going to pick from these plants right here. I have some right here and some over here, but I know that one has split open, and that's really the one that I want to get. So make sure y'all stay with me because I'll show you what the okra seeds look like. Okay, so once the pods are good and dry, I'm going to leave some of these green ones on here that have just started to go past their prime. We're going to cut them with scissors, the brown ones, the ones that are ready. And I'm going to put my gloves on because something about plants in the okra family, they make me itch. So I like to just gather what I'm going to gather. You can put them in a brown paper bag when you're collecting seeds. However you want to do it, but I'm going to eventually move mine over to an envelope. But you want to make sure that all of the seeds are completely dry. So if that means that you need to let them sit out somewhere in a cool, dry place inside, like maybe on a paper towel or something, then you can make sure that you do that. So now let's get to the fun part. Let's walk up here. I'm going to show you what the seeds look like and what to look for. Okay, so really quickly before I show you the seeds, all of these have gone past their prime. And to be honest, y'all, depending on the type of okra, you only want to let it get about 4 to 6 inches. Actually, this one, no lie, yesterday, this was prime. But I walked past it, I was doing other things, and I was like, you know what? I'll get to it tomorrow. This one is kind of getting to that stage where it's going to get fibrous. And what I wanted to share with you all, like we were able to harvest a lot of okra, but my daughter is away in college, so you know, we saved a few, and then we always freeze a few as well and pickle a few, but that is just something that I grow for her. So today, just looking at this plant, I want to collect those brown seeds back here, and I'm going to get a little bit closer because you can hear, like you could hear like this one is ready. So I may leave these but you can hear those. And then when I go over here, it was one. Let's see if we can find it. I think it was, see, you can hear that one. It was one I looked at. Oh, it's this one. And it was about to, it's about to split right here. Come on, leaf. It's about to split. You could start to see those seeds. So we're going to get this one and a couple of more that I just tapped on where I can see, hear the seeds. But we're just going to go ahead, let these dry on the plant because we're starting to transition to our fall garden. And so I'm not putting out everything yet because I think later on this week it's supposed to get up to like 86, 89. We've got a lot of leafy greens that are growing, but we'll let these stay and just harvest as many seeds as we can, because the thing about growing plants, the more you harvest, the more that it continues to put on. But when you stop harvesting, the plant slows in growth. And so like we still may get a few more okra, but the plant will slow in growth because this is still taking up energy from the plant, and so they won't put on as much growth. So I've always noticed that no matter what type of seeds that I'm saving, besides tomato plants or something like that, the longer I let it stay and dry on the plant, the better my germination has been in the past. And the same with okra, because actually these are, I want to say these are seeds that we actually planted, and I planted some extra and we sold some of those as well. So let me go ahead, y'all. I gotta put my gloves on, I got to. And I'm just gonna take a couple off because I want to show you how one pod can give you so many seeds. Okay, y'all, so we got a lot of stuff going on this one little table, but that's okay. We focusing on the okra seeds. So I wanted to put them in this white bowl so that you could see. I'm just gonna start with one pod, one that has already started to split. Hold on, y'all. One that's already started to split, but I want to show you how many okra seeds. This one started to split. If y'all can see that one. Is it this one? Hold on. I could have sworn it was another one. Yeah, this one is starting to split. This is the one we'll probably get some volunteers from that have already dropped on the ground. But saving your seeds is simple. Like, you could hear the seeds inside. Remember, you want to let it go beyond the stage of where you would pick it, because they do get bigger if you don't harvest them. And you just have to find a method. The way I do it, I got to make sure y'all can see, is I kind of start like down here at the tip and I just start pulling the plant back, and then you will start to see the seeds, and they're going to be like a grayish, brownish, a dark green. Now I know it looks like this, but you got to remove this. You just got to keep working with it, and then you'll start to see the seeds, and one just fell, pop out. So like a dark green, dark grayish color. And I'm telling y'all, these are more than enough seeds, not only to save, but you can give these away. Hold on, I'm not done, y'all. You can give these away to like family and friends. What I did, y'all know I'm one that I always start more seeds than I think I'll need. And so what I did was the ones that I didn't use in the garden, we gave some away to family, and then we also sold some. So you just kind of loosen it up a little bit. It'll start to come apart. But remember, y'all, I'm telling y'all, it just makes me itch so bad. I have to wear gloves. It's like I start itching. And then you can let them roll. Whatever method, if you all can see, works for me. I'm going to stop right here because I don't want to make this video too long, but I want to show you just from 2 pods. And you got to split them open because that fibrous part, one just went in here. And then, okay, so we're good on this one. This one, it looks like it's not any. like this, but you got to split it open and it will reveal. Do y'all see? It'll reveal those seeds. If you could see right here, right there, it'll reveal those seeds. Whatever you want to put it in, but I just do it at a downward, just downward like that, and I just start peeling it back just to make sure I got all of the seeds. So I'm going to get done with these pods that are over here, and I'll show you all of the seeds that we have collected, and we still got more that needs to dry on the plant. Okay, so these are the seeds we collected from those pods. And y'all, let me tell you, okra seeds come out pretty clean, pretty straightforward. Now, there are some seeds that, you know, are messy. You got to separate everything. But just for the most part, just a little bit of debris. But these are just from those few pods that we harvested. And you saw the other ones that are on there that we are going to let dry. I know y'all are going to probably comment because I get this all the time. Yes, we do sell seeds. We have seeds on our website, but this is the thing. Even with the Roselle seeds that we grew and we're growing in our own garden, probably the beginning of next year is when I start testing the seeds that I have collected from my garden that I grew, because I want to make sure the germination rate is above a certain percentage, because I'm real particular about when I sell my seeds. I want to have a great germination rate, because when you see seeds emerge from the soil, it's so motivating. So if it's a low germination rate, a lot of people just get discouraged. So just depending on what these germinate at the beginning of the year, then we're subject to have okra seeds from our garden that we're going to offer. What I love about the process of seed saving is that it makes your garden feel like it's coming full circle. The seeds that I save this year will turn into next year's plants, which will turn into food for my family all over again. So I truly encourage you to give seed saving a try in your own garden, even if you start with just one plant like okra. It's such a satisfying step towards gardening with confidence and independence. So one thing to remember is you don't want any moisture. However you package them, if you feel like they're not all the way dry, which y'all saw right here, these are super dry. But if you feel like they're not dry, then lay them out like on a paper towel for a few days. Moisture is not going to be your friend. After that, you've laid them out, or you know that they've dried, you want to put them in a cool, dark place. You want to make sure you label them. Make sure you label the variety. Make sure you label the year, and that these are from your garden. And I'm saying that to myself, y'all, because what I will tell you is I am getting better and better at labeling things, because a few years ago, for some odd reason, I thought that my memory was amazing. But I'm like, this is why I make videos too, because sometimes I do have to go back through the video and see what I said it was. But not this time. I am going to label these right here. I'm going to put the year that these were harvested. These are from mine. And like I say, they're pretty clean. Once I put them in my seed envelope, I want to make sure that I store them in a cool, dark place. But just make sure that they're completely dry. In a cool, dark place, you want to store them. Okra is a heat-loving plant. So we're going into fall, and then you're just going to store them. And next year, you can start seeds outside. You can direct sow them, pull them out. But this is how you keep the seeds going year after year after year from your garden. So y'all, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you've saved okra seeds in the past before. Also, let me know if you're saving some seeds from your garden. What seeds are you saving? I would love to read them in the comments. Now, these okra seeds, they'll be good for about probably like 2 to 3 years, but we'll definitely use them next season. So as always, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, tap that subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching. And until the next video, bye-bye.